Conservatism. Conservatism focuses on maintaining traditional values and social structures, particularly in Western culture. It emphasizes the importance of the nuclear family, organized religion, national identity, and law enforcement. Conservatives believe that gradual change is better than sudden reforms, as long-standing traditions provide stability. They advocate for personal responsibility, limited government, and free market principles. A strong military and national security are also key concerns for conservatives, as they believe these ensure safety and order. While conservatism is open to progress, it insists that change should respect historical wisdom rather than completely overturn it. Policies on taxation, immigration, and social welfare often reflect conservative ideals, prioritizing economic freedom, cultural heritage, and national sovereignty. Socialism. Socialism is based on the principle that economic resources should be owned collectively to ensure equal opportunities for all citizens. It emphasizes wealth redistribution and strong government intervention to provide essential public services. Proponents believe socialism creates a just society by addressing income disparities, while critics claim it limits competition and personal motivation. Despite ideological differences, many modern economies incorporate socialist policies alongside capitalist structures to achieve a balance between economic efficiency and social welfare. Capitalism. Capitalism is an economic system based on private ownership, competition, and profit-driven markets. It allows individuals and businesses to control production, promoting efficiency and innovation. Supply and demand dictate prices, creating incentives for businesses to improve products and services. A major advantage of capitalism is wealth creation, as successful enterprises reinvest in the economy and create jobs. However, critics argue that it leads to wealth inequality, favoring those with greater resources. To address this, regulated capitalism includes taxation, labor protections, and social programs to balance growth with fairness. The third way. The third way is a political idea that aims to combine aspects of both right-wing and left-wing politics. It takes elements from social democracy and social liberalism to create a middle ground. Rather than relying heavily on either free market principles or government control, it promotes a social investment state where individuals receive support but are also encouraged to become self-reliant. One of its main ideas is workfare, which requires people to participate in job training or public service to receive benefits. This approach aims to empower individuals rather than create dependency. Imperialism. Imperialism refers to a nation's effort to expand its influence through territorial acquisitions and economic dominance. It has historically been used to secure resources, markets, and strategic advantages, often at the expense of indigenous populations. Supporters argue that imperialism has contributed to modernization and global connectivity, while critics highlight its role in perpetuating inequality, forced assimilation, and economic dependence of weaker nations. Despite its decline in traditional forms, imperialist tendencies persist in global politics and economic structures. Anarcho-communism. Anarcho-communism is a belief that combines the ideas of anarchy and communism. It supports a society where there is no government and no private property, but personal belongings are still safe. Personal property includes things used by individuals, like clothes, homes, and cars. On the other hand, private property, which refers to items that generate wealth for owners without requiring work, like factories, is seen as something to be eliminated. In an anarcho-communist society, goods and services would be owned collectively, based on what people need, rather than money. This belief envisions a world without social classes or money, where everyone has a say in decisions that affect them. It opposes capitalist systems, arguing that wealth and power should be shared among all people, not concentrated in the hands of a few. The ultimate aim is to create a fair and collaborative community. Marxism. Marxism is a political and economic theory that focuses on the conflicts between social classes, particularly between the bourgeoisie, the owners of the means of production, and the proletariat, the working class. Marxists believe that capitalism inherently leads to exploitation, where the working class produces value while receiving little in return. This imbalance, they argue, is unsustainable and will eventually lead to revolutionary change. Marxism posits that society progresses through different stages, each defined by the dominant class's control over production. It emphasizes the need for a proletarian revolution to overthrow the capitalist system and establish a classless society. In this new society, the means of production would be collectively owned, eliminating class distinctions. Liberalism. Liberalism is based on the belief in individual rights, democracy, and equality before the law. It champions personal freedoms such as freedom of speech, religion, and the press. Liberals support governments that are accountable to the people through fair elections and balanced powers. Economic liberalism promotes free markets, but modern liberals often advocate for government intervention to reduce inequality. They believe that access to education, healthcare, and basic needs should be ensured for all. Secularism is another important aspect, as liberalism promotes a separation between religion and government. This ideology continuously evolves, adapting to new social challenges while maintaining its core principles of liberty, human rights, and equal opportunities for all individuals in a just and fair society. Nationalism. Nationalism is the belief that a nation, a group of people with a common identity based on language, culture, or history, should have its own government. 9. Neoliberalism. Neoliberalism is an economic philosophy that promotes privatization, reducing regulations, and free trade. It believes that by decreasing government involvement in the economy, private businesses can operate more freely, leading to greater efficiency and economic growth. Neoliberal policies often include cutting government spending. 10. Social democracy. Social democracy combines capitalism with a strong commitment to social justice. It supports a market economy, but believes the government should step in to regulate businesses and provide essential services like healthcare and education to ensure fairness. This is often funded through taxes that increase with income. Unlike more extreme political systems, social democracy does not seek to eliminate capitalism. Stay curious, stay safe, and remember, sometimes luck is all that stands between life and death.